up, everybody? It's me, Darren, of course, talking about what I just finished watching. Well, this morning I saw How to Train Your Dragons 2 with my niece, which was epic. Everybody, drop what you're doing, go see that movie right now. And then I caught the midnight screening of, well, the 9:15 prior day screening of Transformers Age of Extinction. Uh, the movie was epically long. Um, the show was at 9:15, and we didn't get out till after midnight. Uh, the everything that as much stuff that was absolutely awesome about the movie, there's just as much stuff absolutely wrong with it. If you ever watch the YouTube channel Cinema Sins, uh, once they get once they could get some footage of this movie, they're gonna have an absolute field day with this. I have no idea how many sins they're gonna find, but they're not gonna have too much trouble finding how many things where I actually went wrong with this movie. Uh, what was wrong with this movie was the same thing that's always been wrong with the Transformers movies: the human factor. Nobody, I don't know if Michael Bay realizes this. We didn't pay to see Mark Wahlberg. We came to see Optimus Prime. We came to see the Dinobots, Uh, they had Stanley Tucci in it for absolutely no reason. Kelsey Grammer was in it for absolutely no reason. Even the chick that played Katara in the god awful M. Night Shyamalan, The Last Airbender, just there was no reason for any of it. I mean, I thought that okay, Mark Wahlberg is a single parent. They're not gonna lean towards the cheesy romance that they always had with Megan Fox and Shia LaBeouf. So I was like, okay, cheesy romance is out. So okay, that should improve upon the story because me personally, I think romance cheapens a story a lot. And that, lo and behold, his 17-year-old daughter is dating a 20-year-old stock car driver, and that's just wrong. And they try to defend it with they try to say how yeah they're allowed to have sexual relations because of some stupid Romeo and Juliet law. And I was like, oh yeah, it's because throwing the fact that oh yeah, it's legal for me to have sex with your underage daughter. That didn't exactly help the situation at all. I don't know what Michael Bay was going for there. I mean, the man this time around just went complete overkill. Just complete overkill. No, don't get me wrong. The special effects were amazing. The action sequences were done, like nobody else can do. You know, uh, and listening to Optimus Prime, yell the orders out and just go in there, just fist ready, just wrecking, wrecking, anything that was in his way, man. It's just awesome, and that much is great. Then, of course, you get to Mark Wahlberg and his stupid daughter and her idiot boyfriend and everything else that he's got to put up with, and the human bad guys, and just so many different things. Um, the fact that they had John Goodman and as a Hound and Ken Watanabe as Drift. You know what? They had enough of them in the movie to require some sort of some sort of presence. So okay, that was a good call. Uh, it's not like when in the second movie it's like okay, the first movie is like okay, we got to use just core Autobots, and that's all he had, core Autobots. Then the second movie introduces uh, Sideswipe. Nobody remembered Sideswipe. Then they made him a concept car, a car that nobody's ever going to see, and then they did absolutely nothing with him. Just completely defeated the purpose of it. This one, you had Bumblebee back as two different Camaros. The classic '69 Camaro, but not rusted like he was in the 1970 Camaro, like in the first movie. And then, of course, to go back to the 2010 Plus model, that was that was great. Optimus Prime as the flat nose cabin, nice little nod, like he did, like Michael Bay did in the first movie when he had a Bumblebee parked right next to the yellow Volkswagen Bug. Nice little nod to the fans, like, oh, that he actually is keeping that into consideration. But uh, Drift, apparent, Drift is an Autobot who used to be a Decepticon. He had a mini series, comic mini series, devoted totally to him. Transformers Drift. It was a very very great story. I recommend finding it and reading it. Uh, Basically, the first time I ever saw the toy, I thought that it was like, okay, he's got all these Japanese markings, and his name is Drift, and I'm thinking immediately the stupid Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift movie, and immediately was like, that's kind of racist. But then to read into the story, basically a lot of the ideals of and concepts of honor that he had learned, which made him go from Decepticon to Autobot, were derived from Bushido. Therefore, it made all the sense in the world that okay, he's a more samurai type, and to have Ken Watanabe as the voice, okay, great, but nobody really knows Drift. There was no reason to have Drift in there. Granted, there was enough of him in there to warrant somebody like Ken Watanabe to be his voice. John Goodman as Hound, perfect. The, they made Hound the more old soldier, the fat old soldier who will not hesitate to just keep shooting, and having John Goodman as the voice, that was great. Uh, bringing back Megatron the way they did as Galvatron, and there's hints towards the Quintessons probably being in the next movie, and of course the Dinobots. They were absolutely phenomenal. I wish they would have spoke though, because the origin of the Dinobots, the one that I know of from the cartoon, was that they were made on Earth, but their intelligence was limited due to the fact that dinosaurs had brains the size of walnuts, and then they had two of them anyway. But their intelligence were limited; they were only on instinct. That's why Grimlock and their vocabulary was absolutely awful. Grimlock. I was hoping to hear that at least once throughout the movie, and it never happened. Granted, he just totally, t- it, he just totally cleaned house, man. It was awesome. Seeing parts like that, uh, like I said, it's always the human factor that seems to like just completely kill any buzz that you get from these movies, whether it be the first three and now this one. I'm glad that he didn't try doing a reboot. That this is a continuation. Just get rid of Shia LaBeouf altogether, because Shia LaBeouf is just being a complete moron right now. So like, I'm sorry, fool had a bright, promising career ahead of him, but then he decided that he wanted to entertain a more adult audience, and when everything he was doing was just not working, he decides to uh, plagiarize a script for some movie he was going to do. it, it just kept snowballing for him, unfortunately. Uh, and like for the most part, man, definitely go see the movie. It's worth whatever you pay. To watch it 3D and IMAX. Granted, I see absolutely no use for 3D IMAX or just regular 3D. If you actually have a decent pair of glasses, it's absolutely worth it. The special effects and everything just mind-blowingly phenomenal. And from thinking back now, I'm probably gonna think about a bunch of stuff later to say, and by that time it'll be too late. But for the most part, I am done for this evening, and everybody take care.